Hello, my loves. It is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Are They the One? This is a love reading request. And just a little word of caution before you dive into this reading is that I'm known for, giving people the straight up answer of what I see and the truth. And I promise you, I am not going to sugarcoat anything in this reading. And you will get the truth to the best of my ability. So if you're not comfortable with that and you're like, I just met this person, I think I should let it ride for a while and see what happens, I totally understand. Then this may not be the reading for you and you can go ahead and click off. But for those of you that are like, no, I do want to know and I do need to know and it's important that I know, are they the one? Then, continue on with me as we dive into the energy. So let's go ahead and begin. We have pile number 1, which is represented by the letter R or rabbit. R for rabbit. So if you're drawn to rabbit or the letter R, you'll choose pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have alligator or the letter A. If you're drawn to pile number 2, you will choose pile number 2 or A for alligator. And for and for pile number 3, we have the iguana representing the letter I. So if you're drawn to the iguana and you feel like choosing pile number 3, you can go ahead and do that. There'll be links in the description box below to choose whatever you're feeling. Happy Halloween, everybody, and wishing everyone an amazing start to your new spiritual year coming up here. And let's see, what else did I want to say? If you'd like an astrology reading with me, natal chart reading, details for how to request one are below. And if you'd like a personal tarot reading, details for how to request one of those are also below. So let's go ahead and pop into the reading, everybody. Thank you for being here. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you enjoy my videos. And thank you again for all your likes, shares, and subscriptions. Let's go right ahead. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the R for rabbit, and today's reading is called Are They the One? Love Reading Request, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get your tarot cards out here, and then we will go ahead and look at your oracle cards, okay? Here's your pile of oracle cards right here, pre-shuffled. I don't know what they are, but there they are. And let's go ahead with your tarot cards. Okay, Spirit, can you show us for pile number 1, please? Pretty please and thank you. Is this person the one? Okay, I just got the M names, or like a name like Mateo or Matthias or Matthew. Okay, so for those of you dealing with someone with an M name, I am getting those names right now. I got something about linen sheets or dryer sheets or something that smells like oranges. Like, I don't know, maybe there's like a linen sheet that smells like oranges. I'm not sure, but I just got a smell of oranges, pile number 1, okay? Let's see, or maybe you think somebody smells good or someone thinks you smell good. I'm just getting at you out some channeled messages here, pile number 1, okay? I just heard lavish attention on me, okay? And I'm getting somebody who's getting their lashes done, or and I know a lot of people do that. They get their lashes done, or they get their eyebrows done. Maybe you just recently got them done, or you're learning how to do them yourself, or you do something like that for work, like some type of hygienist role or some type of like beauty hygienist role, okay? Sorry for the cards all over the place there. Pile number 1. Let's go ahead and see what else do we... I'm getting somebody flossing their teeth and looking like in a mirror really closely while they're doing it. So pile number 1, let's go ahead and get into your reading. If you didn't get a channeled message, that doesn't mean that the reading isn't for you. Those are just the ones that I'm getting. Let's go ahead for my beautiful pile number 1s and see, is this person, are they the one? Okay. And we have the Queen of Wands and Charisma. Well, I can tell you one thing, pile number 1, you are the one. Whether this person is the one or you are definitely the one. And you are definitely the one that you have been waiting for. And I do think you made a very strong impression on this person. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. I'm going to do your oracle cards first. We have Rama, where are you being called to journey to? Okay, where are you being called to journey to right now, pile number 1? We have Vine, seek out information that will help you. Okay, we have get back to the basics, Quill. Okay, which is like a quill is a writing tool. Seek out, so this to me tells me, that maybe you're feeling called to a new, like to start dating a new different type of person, or you're being called to try something different or go on some, maybe some of you are thinking about traveling as well. And where are you being called to journey to? And then we have seek out information that will help you. So in asking, like, is this person the one? I do feel I'm getting something about some of you going up to their, if you know this person's friend or you have a mutual friend that they know, I'm getting, there's a message here about seeking out more information on this person. And, sometimes just a good old fashioned text message or just a good old fashioned, hey, how are you? Like, get back to the basics here and seek out information that will help you discern whether this person is, someone that you've been searching for. What are you being called to journey to? What are you being called, who are you looking for? Pile number 1, okay? And we have here the Ace of Wands. Ooh, well, that's promising. And we have the 4 of Cups here, okay? And let's see what else we have. We have regret and repression, okay? And we have party, external, okay? And then we have a goodbye letter. Oh my goodness. Okay. Pile number 1. I'm going to keep pulling the cards out until we get them. We have Moon, Neptune here. Okay. Some emotional loss and emotional sadness and, feeling emotionally, maybe some of you have been feeling very emotionally drained, or you feel like because you like this person so much or you're into them so much that you feel like your judgment is a little bit skewed right now, or you're thinking about all the emotional sacrifices that you've made in the past for the people that you care about, pile number 1, and perhaps some of you do maybe get kind of tumbling down into the fantasy at times, and so you just don't want to go through that disappointment again and get your feelings hurt when it comes to love, pile number 1. But I also feel there's a very romantic, dreamy kind of combination with Moon, Neptune. But also, I also feel with Moon, Neptune, like idealizing your feelings for someone, or, like wondering, like, is this a fantasy or is this all in my mind? So some of you may be considering that as well. We have Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. Yeah, that really goes with seeking out information that will help you and getting back to basics. What's really interesting here, pile number 1, is I kind of feel like getting back to basics is quite literal. Like, is this person single? Are they available? Right? because Neptune can sometimes, deal with deception. So, it's like, are my feelings for this person real? The moon, Neptune. Can I trust what I'm feeling when it comes to this situation? And I do feel like you guys need more information about this situation, because I see something. Okay, let me just get all the cards out before I start rambling and going off. We have food here. What is no longer sustaining you in real life? Yeah, because Neptune sometimes isn't, always like, it can have to do with blurring the lines of what's real and what's fantasy. So what is no longer sustaining you in real life? Where do you see yourself in the food chain? Of course, the moon has to do with, our nutrition, our digestion, how we, what comfort food, all that good stuff. Where do you see yourself in the food chain? Is your life abundant, or are you lacking in any area? Okay. And maybe sometimes you feel like you're not being, you're maybe stuck in a pattern where you're sacrificing your needs for someone else, moon, Neptune. And what is no longer, it's kind of like when a fantasy is cheapened, like it no longer really sustains a person in real life to just wish for something and want something. It's like, if I want something, I have to be bold and brave and go after it. But you guys may also feel like you want to hang back a little bit in this situation, because you may feel like, we have the badger here. You may feel like if you do, kind of really try to go after it or talk to this person or find out more information, that you may be bugging them, and maybe sometimes in the past you kind of let things slide by, and I feel like sometimes you have a pattern, pile number one, of like something starting out really strong, Ace of Wands, like the attraction is there. It totally is there. And you can feel it and they can feel it, and there totally is interest, piqued interest, sexual interest. I want to talk to you, I want to see you, etc. But then things kind of peter out a little bit, Four of Cups, or things, roadblocks come up, or, third parties are interfering. We have party external here. External parties are interfering, and it's hard to get a clear picture of how this person feels with the moon, Neptune. It's really it may even be hard to get a real, concrete vision of how you feel too, because I feel like with the Ace of Wands and Four of Cups, it's kind of like hot and cold a little bit here. And, it's like, well, the initial interest is there, but I kind of feel like it kind of like loses interest or peters out a little bit here. And some of you just might be afraid that this person has something else going on, or this person has a situation that's dragging them down, or is not letting them be fully present, like with you in the moment. Okay. And, emotionally lost is something that we can feel with moon, Neptune. Is I feel kind of emotionally lost, or I want to talk to this person, but I don't know exactly what I want to say, and I'm kind of lost with what to do. But at the same time, if I don't, there's this huge ocean and this river between yourself and what you want when pile number one. And so, there's a bunch of undefined, mixing of emotions that's kind of undefined is what I feel. And I do feel like some of you could have said, okay, I'm just, or you heard about them with someone else. I do feel like if this person was breaking it off with someone else when they met you, or You know, they started talking, you know, there's some external party here, and maybe they're trying to say goodbye to this person with this goodbye letter, pile number one. And I feel like they kind of regret not saying goodbye to this person sooner, because I do feel like they want to get out of a situation. And if they were kind of like, you know, still talking to someone or still, I do feel like they regret, you know, they regret not saying something to this external party sooner. Okay. And I also feel like perhaps you guys maybe have some regret or remorse about this situation as well, because you found out there was someone else involved in this situation, and maybe you just kind of ignored it or turned the other head, but your intuition was kind of telling you. I'm also getting some of you going like, is this person into my friend, or is this person into, you know, are they having regrets about like leaving their ex? Or for those of you where this person knows some of your friends, you may feel like maybe they have an inkling to one of your friends is also. Now that's not going to resonate for everybody, but I am getting something about that. And perhaps you guys are like, you know, I'm about ready to like tell this person it was nice to meet you or something, but I'm not interested. Or, you know, there is something here about regretting saying goodbye to somebody or letting something go because an external party got involved here. Okay. And perhaps you don't know the full story yet, pile number one, with this seek out information that will help you. And, you know, the interesting thing about the Ace of Wands is I feel in the Four of Cups, I feel like there's something initially exciting about this, but there is also, you know, there's also like a little bit of a disappointment here too. And, you know, if you're like, you know, these kind of situations where they're very murky or unclear, or I feel emotionally like neglected is also what I'm getting from some of you. Or I feel like I'm just kind of like bypassing my feelings, but I know the truth about this. Okay. I'm also getting somebody who's just not sure how they feel. Okay. And maybe it's you, pile number one. You're just not sure. Like you feel a little bit lost when it comes to this situation. And where do you see yourself in the food chain? Or where do you see yourself as a priority to this person? And are you, you know, taking less than what you deserve is also what I feel here, pile number one. And I also was, instead of saying feel, I was going to say fear. Are you taking less than you deserve? And that's kind of what I fear here. Okay, because if there are, and you know, what am I journeying to is like, I don't really know where this is going. I feel kind of lost. And if we want to get, and it's not to say that there isn't, you know, a burning, sexy attraction that could be that could be worked on to be, you know, that could be, the fires and the flames could be stoked. Ace of Wands, pile number one, but then it kind of goes limp with the Four of Cups. Do you see what I'm saying? And if we want to get this connection on the right track, or if we want to get it back on the right track, or if we want to, you know, change the way it's going and change the trajectory, when you guys are trying to make healthier choices, I feel like for yourself, and you're trying to be bold about going after what you want so that you don't just sit in emotional no man's land forever. You know, I do think this information, seeking out information. Now, here's the thing, because I see all these different vines going different directions, I feel like maybe you did seek out information about this person, but you kept getting different messages about this person, or you kept hearing different things about this person and what they were up to. or this person kept giving you different vibes every time you saw them. And, you know, sometimes with this get back to basics with this quill, it's like sometimes we just have to go and say, listen, are you, you know, and there is something here, Ace of Wands, be bold and be fearless about just going up to this person and saying, you know, instead of wandering around in emotional no man's land, going around and saying, listen, I'm interested in you. Are you available? And, you know, are you dating someone else, or are you available and I'm interested? Like, that'll nip it right in the bud, you know, and then you'll know right away. And then you won't be wasting your time wondering, like, you know, why is this just hanging in the balance? You know, why is this not going anywhere? And yeah, and I do think you guys need to know what you're journeying towards before you kind of like, what's the point of this, you know? And the moon Neptune kind of like, the moon Neptune can make us like misjudge maybe our feelings towards someone else, or, you know, their feelings towards us. So I get it if you're not feeling super clear on how you feel, or you just really have no fucking idea like what this person truly is about, or what they think, or where they're at, or if they're even available for a relationship, you know. And, you know, there's this person here standing, and then there's this huge castle in front of her. And sometimes, you know, like being bold or fearless or putting yourself out in that way, or just finding love, can feel like this huge, overwhelming task. And so I do get it, but I also feel like when it comes to like relationships and people, if you're getting conflicting information, then it's like, okay, we need to just get back to the basics. And I feel like you need to learn more about this person so that you know if what you're journeying towards is worth it. Pile number one, okay? And I can't like, and you're like, well, I don't want to waste my time. Queen of Wands. Like, the Queen of Wands doesn't want her time wasted. But at the same time, like, you're never going to know truly how this person feels, Moon Neptune, if you don't just, you know, do like the basic stuff. Like, hey, I like you. Are you interested? Would you like to talk more? And, you know, I think a direct approach is actually better with this person, and you're going to get more information out of them with a direct approach rather than just, you know, because I think if you just try to figure out if they're the one before you even really know really clearly of what you feel or how they feel, it's kind of like empty words or a lost cause to be going off about that until you really find out more information about this situation. Now, I do feel like this person, you know, regrets something here, okay? They do feel bad about something, or they do regret something when it comes to the way that they have, you know, I feel like you're a really good person, pile number one, and you're like, you know, very sweet, you're very caring, you're a very healthy person, in fact, and you're a very sweet person. And I do feel like this person could have been with a complete bitch or jerk in the past. And, you know, you're one of those people that even if you were saying goodbye to somebody, I feel like you guys would do it in a very classy way, or you would do it in a very, you know, healthy way for you. You wouldn't throw some fit over it. But, yeah. But I also feel like this person has regrets. You know, they got regrets, pile number one, and they're a little lost. I feel like when it comes to you, like they're a little lost with how you feel and how they feel. And the only way we can get to the bottom of this is if we like talk and get information directly from the source, is kind of what I'm getting here. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles and Vision. We have Two of Wands and planning. Okay, and we have, ooh, the Devil and obsession. Okay, now pile number 1. We have the Star card with inspiration. Okay, and I feel like you guys are like, I'm tired of being alone, or I'm tired of, on one hand, I feel like you guys do like your alone time because you like peace around you, but I also feel like you're a little bit sick of like wishing and sitting and waiting for something, okay? But at the same time, like, I feel you guys really don't want to get too obsessed about this situation, okay? And here's another thing of what I'm seeing, pile number 1, that I don't necessarily like here, okay? I feel you and this person are kind of operating on different levels, okay? Like, I feel that you're healthier than this person at this point. And I think when you guys are in love, you are very inspired. And I think you feel very connected to the universe and to, and I do feel you guys are very divine beings. You're very just pure divine beings. And I know you're like, yeah, I know, but I also got my bad side too. Hey, I know, pile number 1, I do. But I also feel like the Star card is like full of hope. So for you're hoping to meet somebody on your level, or you're hoping, and it's not to say that you're on this high unattainable level, or, that you're some, egotistical person that can't, go hang out with the normies or whatever, pile number 1. But I also just feel like you and this person are kind of on different levels, and you kind of want different things. Okay, and the Seven of Pentacles, it says vision on this card, but the Seven of Pentacles can also really lack vision. And, it's funny because the Two of Wands isn't really known for planning. It's like very spontaneous. And so, it's kind of funny to me that we have planning and vision here, but I'm also seeing a lack of spontaneity is kind of what I'm feeling here with this Seven of Pentacles and Two of Wands. And it's like, I want to move something forward, but I don't know how, or it just seems awkward. And I kind of feel like you and this person are, like I said, I feel like you're on different levels, and I feel like you want different things. Now, when we have repression and regret can definitely have to do with the devil, okay? Like, especially repression, because the devil represents that Saturnian energy of, suppression, for sure. Okay, suppression, depression, repression, regret, like, in the doghouse, in the shithole, you know what I mean, pile number 1, okay? And I feel like you're just not in the same place. I don't know how many times I can say that really in a different way, pile number 1, but I just feel you and this person, you want very different things, or you're just in a very different place in your life at this time. And so I'm just going to go out on it. And I also feel you two are moving at very different speeds, okay? The Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Wands are extremely different. And, one is like bumbling around and isn't having a whole lot of luck with pushing something forward. And the other one is wanting, swiftness, or is wanting, a quick fix to something. And, there's doing the difficult work and sticking in there, Seven of Pentacles, and then there's something really fast or a quick fix to something, and then there's also like moving at 2 different speeds and moving at 2 different paces in life, and I feel like you guys genuinely try to keep your energy pretty high, or keep yourselves pretty clean energetically. But I also feel like this person is just kind of a bummer with the things that they've kind of done, or the things that you've heard about them. And here's what I'm going to say, pile number one. I don't feel like this person is the one. Not in the current iteration of who this person is, okay? I do feel like you're on completely different levels. I do feel you're going at completely different speeds. I do feel like, this person has some regret because they know that, you're a better choice than someone else, and they know that you would be a much healthier partner or a much better choice for them. And it's not like that it's almost like this person is saying, if I was healthier or if I was better, I would choose you, but I'm not. And, that type of thing for those of you that are kind of going through these situations, and even if it hasn't even gone to that level yet, there must be something about this situation, pile number one, where you're just realizing, me and this person, we live life at different speeds. And one of us is willing to be uncomfortable and do the work and keep trying. And the other one just wants a quick fix now, and wants to feel good in the moment, or, has some really unfortunate ways of living their life, and it's just from that perspective, it's not a match, pile number one. And I'm not saying that it can't ever be a match, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, in the way that things are right now, we can be really hopeful about something, and really hopeful that the actions that we take or the person that we are will cause someone else to change and pick the right direction in life to go. But it doesn't always happen, and the timing isn't always right, And I just feel in this position, pile number one, that this person is not in a good position to kind of step up to the plate and be a responsible, person for you, okay? And I do feel like this person has the possibility to hurt you or disappoint you, which is not great, okay? So, and perhaps because of this regret, external party, goodbye letter, perhaps this person has already disappointed you, or has already, done things, and you're like, well, what am I really like looking for anyway? I'm not looking for the devil, I'll tell you that much. I'm not looking for romantic obsession with someone who's unavailable, I'll tell you that much. And I just feel like you guys have been working on purifying your energy from this situation and separating it from yourself to a certain extent. I also feel like you two see the world differently. Like, there's things about you and this person that are not compatible, or you see the world differently, okay? And the way you both react to situations are very different too. So I have to say, I don't really like this as a match for you, pile number one. But I don't just want to end on that note, because I do think you guys are really trying to make healthy choices for yourself. And I do feel like you guys are really, wanting to find some inspiration in life to get to your goal or get to the next place that you're headed to, okay? And I get that it's frustrating, and I get that it maybe feels a little bit start-stop right now in your love life, but I think you just have to keep, pushing it forward. I'm going to get one card for you right now, pile number one, and see. I also feel like, you need to kind of look within on this one, and really look within and say, is this truly what I want anyway? Okay. So not in the way that this person's been acting now. It's not, okay? Let's go ahead and get one card for you, pile number one. What's the number one thing pile number one should be focusing on right now? What is the number one thing? Boundaries. Oh, righty then. Okay. And, you know, with the star card, it's like, I feel like you guys, I mean, there's passion on the bottom of the deck. So there clearly is passion between you and this person, and you clearly have a passion for them, Ace of Wands. But I also feel like, you know, I feel like you're very hopeful about the situation, or you feel that, you know, things could change or things could shift. And I also feel like you guys do have, you know, I kind of feel like you guys try to see the best in situations, or you try to look at things from a positive perspective. And I like that. I like that you're like that, pile number one. There's a lot of things that you do mentally that I feel are very healthy, but I also feel like if this person has already disappointed you, and they've already been a shithead multiple times, and they've already, like, you know, said they were going to show up for something and then they didn't, and then they weren't there and stuff like this. I do think it's important, and Spirit's really wanting you guys to focus on your boundaries right now, and really for you, you know, for your own healing, I feel, pile number one. Okay. And if you did say goodbye to this person, or you already kind of said, then I think, you know, it's wise to keep that boundary and not be nebulous about your goodbye. Okay. You can still have feelings for someone and tell them goodbye and keep a strong boundary. But at the same time, I feel like you guys are like, where is this headed? And you want to believe that it's somewhere good, but I also just feel like, you know, it is time to strengthen your boundaries. Okay. And when we see the devil, that sneaky little, you know, devil does try to, does try to sneak in there and make us, you know, it's like, okay, I'm optimistic. I hope for the best. I think this person can change. And, you know, so pile number one, just stay strong with your boundaries, okay? If you do got some boundaries going on in this situation, it's really hard sometimes with the moon Neptune to maintain good emotional boundaries, but I kind of feel like that is what is needed, okay? And perhaps this reading is good inspiration for you guys to kind of remind you of keeping those boundaries, okay? So pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that that reading resonated, and I wish you the best of luck. Let's move on to pile number two. Okay. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the A for Alligator. And before I even like picked up your cards, I just got the word speakeasy. So perhaps some of you think it would be cool to go to a speakeasy, or maybe you recently went to one, or perhaps you yourself like to write, or you like to write poetry, or you'd like to, you know, go someplace and perform some of your work that you've done. But I'm just getting something about a speakeasy. So anyway, pile number two, good for you. And also Spirit wants to talk about the elephant in the room, or wants to bring up elephants in general. Perhaps some of you have a keychain with an elephant on it, or a photo, or a picture. I feel like somebody has a picture of elephants in the background based on somewhere they were, or somewhere they went as a child with like elephants in the background, maybe even like a circus or something like that. I know it's horrible, animals in captivity, but anyway, pile number two, I just want to mention that because I am seeing that. Let's see what else, if there's any other channeled messages before. I just heard brain drain, brain drain. So perhaps some of you have been like studying a lot or learning a lot of new things and you're like, oh my God, my brain is drained and it's only freaking Monday. Anyway, pile number 1, let's see. I just heard lost in a maze, but perhaps you guys like puzzles, okay? Like if someone's lost in a maze, I'll help them find their way out. I like puzzles, okay? I'm also getting a video game about somebody being lost in a maze or somebody playing a video game and like, you know, I don't know why. Like, it's just so funny. I got that old like Zelda. I don't know if you guys remember Zelda. Perhaps Spirit was just showing me any video game, but if you do know that video game, it's like somebody's lost in a maze. Anyway, pile number 2, or maybe you saw a movie where someone was lost in a maze, or let's see what else. Anything else here for pile? Maybe some of you saw a scary movie about that. Let's see what else we have going on here for pile number 2. Okay, I just heard Arrested Development. So maybe some of you really liked that show from back in the day, or maybe some of you work. I'm also getting people that work with like kids that have special needs, or perhaps you have a child that has a special need, or somebody that works with, you know, whether it's like a speech pathologist, or I don't know if that's really special needs, or perhaps it is, or maybe someone you know, like your mother or somebody like that works with kids with special needs. But anyway, pile number 2, I just saw the Page of Cups, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead, somebody, you know, little water sign child, but let's go ahead and get into it here for my pile number 1s. And say, are they the one? What can you tell us about this person that pile number 2 came here for? Is this person the one? Are they the one? Are you the one I've been searching for? Okay, are they the one? Are they the one? Let's do it. And we have the Page of Wands. Ooh, flirty. Pile number 2, flirty, flirty, flirty birdie. Let's go ahead and see your, a little cocky, a little flirty action going on here. Let's see what oracle cards you have. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. Ooh, pile number 2. For those of you where you've hugged this person, where they have held you, or they had held your hand, or you've imagined this person holding you. Ooh, I like it. I like it. And sometimes we're around people and it just, of course the Page of Wands isn't like that calm of an individual, but perhaps, you know, it's like that emotional feeling that we get when somebody's holding us or looking into our eyes, and we feel a sense of feeling home, or we feel like safe, or we feel like we can really rest around somebody. That's cool. We've got Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Oh my. We have Bell and Announcement. Okay. You know, pile number 2, have you been in relationships where you needed like nourishment from the other person, or you needed, you know, you needed more affection, or you needed them to make you feel like safe or protected, or you needed them to be more gentle with you? I kind of feel like perhaps some of you were with somebody that was very stubborn and unwilling to change. And as much as you told them, hey, I need you to, you know, I need you to hold me more. I need you to tell me more that you care. I need you to, you know, these kind of things. Like, I kind of feel like some of you could have been with somebody who was unwilling to do that. And I just have to say right out of the gate, that person was not the one, okay? Like if you were with somebody like that, I'm also getting the energy of somebody who went through a divorce or went through a breakup a long time ago. Now you may be on this reading asking about a completely different person, which I feel we will get into that too, but I just have to say, if you were with somebody and you were like, I need, this from you, or I need to feel like safe and rest and to be held and appreciated and things like that. And it just felt like you're kicking rocks, getting this person to listen to you, or getting them to reciprocate in any type of a way, or getting them to, because I kind of feel like you guys are romantic souls, pile number 2, okay? On a deep level, you do have some of these emotional romantic needs, and I feel like you've just been with people that are not, they're not like that. And so to get something out of them like that is like pulling freaking teeth. Now, I kind of feel like with this announcement here, perhaps you guys are like, I am not gonna be with these kinds of people anymore. I feel like you guys have like said loudly to yourself in the mirror to friends, you're like, cut it. I'm not gonna be with this type of person anymore that's so stubborn. They won't listen to me. They won't change. It feels like they're not hearing me. It feels like they don't even listen to what I need. Like, no, I'm not, mark my words. As Scarlett O'Hara would say, I'll never go hungry again, pile number 2, okay? I think she's the one that said that. But it's like, I'm not gonna, no. Like, I tell him, or I tell her, I tell him, they, there, whoever you're talking about, pile number 2, it just, they don't get it, okay? And perhaps some of you are entertaining a flirtation with spicy little Page of Wands over here, but let's see. We've got the 6 of Wands, and we've got the Chariot. Ooh, that nurturing energy. And look at here. He's gently rubbing her back. He's like, is the pressure too hard? Does that feel okay? Like, does that tickle? Do you like that? Like, all that kind of stuff. Hey now, pile number 2. I do like that. The thing is that you are very playful, pile number 2. You have a very playful side to you, and I feel like you want to be chased. And I do feel like, in the past, like maybe you liked really confident people or things like that, and you like being chased, but at the same time, I feel like you want to be with somebody who is like, very like nurturing. And I do think there is a potential here with the 6 of Wands and the Chariot to kind of move something along quickly with this person if you wanted to. Whoa, oh my, we have control and tactics here, okay? Interesting. And somebody's got some really sexy shoes on and is like standing on someone's head there. We've got messages and dreams. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe somebody here is a little bit into, domination or submission or things like that. Or you've had a very spicy dream with this person where you were like really flaunting yourself to them and they really liked it. It's almost like this person liked it. But you were like really taking the lead here, pile number 2. Interesting. Oh my, we have hustle and the bad boy agenda. Okay, hustle and the bad boy agenda. Okay, well, this is this stubborn mule who is really unable to change. Okay, we have here Sun-Mars conjunction. Oh my gosh. Pile number 2. You guys, what's really interesting about you guys is perhaps you guys really like alpha people or people that are kind of like, that are like really, really hot and sexy and alpha and confident and, but extremely hyper alpha or extremely hyper masculine. Perhaps that like really turns you guys on, but at the same time, like, you know, there is like this deep need to like be held and to be cared for and to be, you know, caressed and hugged and all this type of stuff. I mean, I feel like this person has an extremely high sex drive, pile number 2. They really, really do. And they may like it when you take control. They may like it when, you know, control tactics. Like, you know, a person with Sun Mars is not going to like to be controlled. I'll tell you that much. Like, maybe in the bedroom, but not in other ways, I kind of feel. Okay. And yeah, so that's interesting. Now, hey, pile number 2. Okay, we've got the electric eel spirit. Shock me like an electric eel, baby girl. Okay, bring your ideas to life. And this is with the announcement of bringing something into life that's like really exciting. And, you know, dreaming, maybe perhaps some of you are really dreaming about you and this person getting it on, or you've had some really naughty dreams where you take control or this type of thing. You know, interesting. Pile number 2. The thing is I think this person would be very receptive to you sexually. Okay. And I don't think it would take that much to kind of get this thing rocking and rolling if you wanted, pile number 2, okay? And I think you would kind of just, you would just need to say what's up or what's going on. And I kind of feel like this person is, you know, 1,000% on board with, you know, and lots of innuendo and and I do feel like things would move very quickly with both of you. And I do feel like this person's very confident and they like to move things forward quickly. 6 of Wands in the Chariot. Okay. And if you had some new, like, freaky fun ideas, like, I want to try this, I want to do that, I think that they would be like, I'm into it, you know? Like, it's just interesting to me, pile number 2, because I feel like you have these emotional needs, but, you know, for safety and connection and to like romantically like look into somebody's eyes afterwards and all of that. But maybe it's hard for you to change your ways as well, pile number 2, and like that's what you want, but you have a habit of going for the bad boys or the bad girls, or you kind of go after like the sexiness factor, but deep within you're yearning for like a deep emotional connection to someone, because it gets kind of tiring sometimes. Like, it takes a lot of high energy, Sun Mars, to maintain like such a fast life at times, and to just be in constant like flirtation mode and constant innuendo mode. Like, you know, sometimes you just don't want to say, you know, you say it best when you say nothing at all. Sometimes you just want to look into the other person's eyes and, you know, but perhaps you guys have had a really difficult time changing yourselves, because you have like a really, you know, you have a very active imagination and you've got some wild ideas about things. But at the same time, you're having a hard time. Maybe you're having a little bit of a hard time getting out of your shell, or you're having a hard time getting out of like your routine that you kind of have with connections. Okay. And if you have been dreaming about this person and you felt like the electricity between you and this person, like it's there, I do think this person would be down to clown. You know what I'm saying, pile number 2? But even with all the electricity, like there's still the water, you know, there's still the emotion. There's like the electricity and the uniqueness of this connection, but then there is the feeling behind it, which I feel like you guys are really wanting to explore too, okay? And perhaps some of you are really wanting to enliven your fantasy life or your sexual experiences or whatever you got going on there, pile number 2, you know. Hey, now, I don't, oh. Oh my gosh, I swear I couldn't look at these two. And you know what the title of this card is? SEX, pile number 2. That's literally what it says. Do you feel disconnected to yourself and others? What do you need to feel more loving? Do you feel your needs are not being met? And that could be, you know, in the bedroom, and that, although I kind of feel like this person is laying it down in the bedroom, but it's more than just that, right? It's, you know, and this person likes the chase and they get really excited by it, you know, but I also feel that, you know, I also just feel like empty encounters are not really where your head is at per se. And, you know, it's not like you're going to turn down a sexy person, pile number 2, but I also just kind of feel like this connection may be a very highly charged, you know, in the bedroom type of a thing, but it might not be the deep love that you're searching for, you know? That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean it's bad. As long as it's not like, you know, that crappy person you dated in the past that was so stubborn that never listened to you and never gave you what you needed and, you know, never really made you feel like comfortable and safe and all of that, or never really like, you know, never really turned on the you know, the funny thing is I feel this person can really turn on the charm and can really, you know, get people in the sack, pile number 2. And, but what else, you know? That's kind of what I feel here. And we have the Lovers, yep. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Swords, you don't say. And we've got the Strength card, all right? And I kind of feel like it's like, regardless, I'm going to be okay. And I feel you're very self-assured, you know, and control, you know, trust yourself, pile number 2, that you're in control of this situation. And it's up to you if you want it or not, because I feel like this person is trying to make, you know, they're trying to make a love connection with you, pile number 2, or they're trying to make a, you know, they're trying to make it with you, quote unquote, make it, okay? And I do see, it's interesting because on this Lovers card is an interracial couple. So perhaps, you know, you two are from different cultures or something like that. Or perhaps you feel like you're like a novelty for this person, or that they're interested in you because you're like something different. Or maybe you suspect that you're some type of a novelty towards this person and that they're kind of interested in saying that, you know, they've been with somebody different, or they've tried something different, or like it's kind of, you know, it's kind of, maybe some of you are feeling like the novelty will wear off, or like, you know, the thing is I feel like this person has some really strong genes, or, you know, if you wanted to procreate, I kind of feel like this person has strong genes, okay? Because I'm seeing the DNA double helix here. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like you guys are kind of questioning this person's motives. And, you know, you weren't born yesterday, pile number 1. Or pile number 2, that's for sure. You definitely were not born yesterday. And I feel like, you know, maybe you guys were players or did your thing back in the day too, and it's like you can't play a player, you know what, or you can't, like, I don't really feel you guys are in that space anymore, but I feel like you've done enough in that space that you're kind of like, yeah, well, you know, good luck on getting, like, I can sniff bullshit from a mile away. And so I kind of feel like maybe you guys are a little, you know, like, can I really believe what this person is saying to me? And I feel like this person is saying, well, you won't know until you try, Ace of Pentacles. Like, you won't know until you give it a try. But then I kind of feel like this person sort of talks a good game as well, Pile number 2, the Lovers in the tarot represents a Gemini. I kind of feel like they talk a good game, or they talk like, you know, like they could see something growing with you in the future. Like, you know, they may say something like that, or let's see where this goes, or that type of thing. Or I could see this developing into more in the future. But I also kind of feel like this person is, I don't know. I kind of like with the 7 of Swords, they're kind of, maybe you guys are just like, yeah, I know, it feels like they're not. I start off interested, but then I kind of change my mind, or I'm presenting a moving target, or I'm kind of emotionally aloof, you know, this type of energy. And, you know, maybe you guys are like, you know what, I would entertain this, but I would just, you know, keep my emotions at a distance, and I would, like, you know, not really rely too much on this person. And I would, maybe some of you are feeling like I could trick myself into thinking that I'm in control of this situation. But I also know that I've been through this enough time with people like this that tricking myself into thinking I'm in control, and, you know, perhaps you are able to remain like aloof, or emotionally non-invested, or kind of keep up a little bit of a wall and keep to yourself a little bit, and not go overboard, like jumping into this connection, but just, you know, keeping your independence strength card, right? And keeping your pride. I kind of feel like you're like, well, I'm going to kind of project an image of, you know, being a little bit aloof and, you know, a little bit prideful. I'm not going to like go crazy, like reaching out to this person. I'm going to control my feelings. I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to reach out to this person every 5 minutes. I'm not going to call them 100 times. I'm not doing any of that. I kind of feel like you guys at this point, you're like, that's kind of beneath me. I'm not really about that. You know, if this person likes me, then they're going to have to show me and put in effort. Ace of Pentacles. And it's going to have to, you know, it's going to have to start off, like, I kind of feel like perhaps you two do start off on a good note, agreeing about things and talking about things. But I also kind of feel like you guys are preparing yourself to be aloof if you need to be. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 2? And maybe some of you have Aquarius or Leo in your chart. The 7 of Swords is Moon in Aquarius, and the Strength card is Leo. So perhaps some of you are like, you know, I'm preparing myself for, like, you know, being a little bit like, I'm not just gonna like, I'm not seeing like this. It's funny because I feel like you guys do have deeper emotional needs, but perhaps sometimes you're a little bit afraid of being vulnerable, or a little bit afraid of showing those feelings, you know? And perhaps you've kind of picked people in the past that are very alpha and also have a hard time being really tapped into their emotions. If you are like really interested in sports, or you like to go be active and do new things, I do think you and this person could have a lot of fun together, or do a lot of stuff together, or go to a lot of places together. But I also kind of feel like, you know, and perhaps some of you have been with selfish lovers who are just about the conquest, or they're just about, you know, getting the rocks off or whatever. And you're looking, you know, the thing is I feel you guys are very adventurous and fun and all of that, and imaginative when it comes to the bedroom and all of that. But at the same time, I feel like you're not just looking for that. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 1? Or pile number 2? Why do I keep calling you guys pile number 1? But so in this case, I don't know if this, I think you guys really need someone to come in and kind of challenge you on a different level. I kind of feel like you do need an intellectual, and somebody who is really smart, and somebody who is consistent with the Ace of Pentacles, but there's no water, there's no cups here or anything like that. And here's the thing about this person. I think it's exciting. I think you could really get, go crazy with it, but I don't see how it's different than kind of some of the other connections that you had in the past. Okay. And, as far as like getting your needs met or going deeper, and maybe you're not really at a going deeper place right now yourself, and you're just cool with that. And maybe, you two will let your guards down at some point and it will become more. But at this particular time, pile number 2, I'm just seeing, like, I think you could have fun, and I think you could find a lot in common perhaps, or, that there could be some good times here, but I'm also still sensing that avoidance a little bit, so I don't know if they're the total full on. I'm going to say at this time, this person isn't like the one. Okay. It's not like they're awful. I'm not getting that, but they're just not, I don't know. I don't feel like they're emotionally, because here's the thing, pile number 2, is it may be a little bit more difficult for you guys to there is so much emotion there. There is so much beneath the surface, and there is this beautiful secret side to you. And, not everybody gets to see that. And perhaps you guys like love animals, or you love children, and you have this like very, you have a very like beautiful, what do I want to say, respectful side to you, where like you're a very, like I do feel like you respect yourself, pile number 2. Okay, don't get me wrong, I do. But I also feel like maybe it's a little bit hard for you guys, and you want your partner to respect you too, I feel. But it might be a little bit hard for you guys to open up on a deeper emotional level, okay? And it's hard to do when we're with people who are just, the bad boy agenda, Sun, Mars, like that's kind of sexy and fun, but it's not, I don't know. It doesn't really challenge you guys to kind of be more vulnerable and reveal your emotional nature. That's the thing that I don't like about it. So, because I feel like you guys could be ready for that in some regards. Okay. I really do. I think you could be getting to a place in your life where you want to be ready for that. And you're ready, to try to kind of bring that out of yourself a little bit more. But you have to have a person that knows that and understands that and is willing to work through that, So let's go ahead and see. Let's get one card here for pile number 2. What is the number one thing pile number 2 should be focused on right now, please? What is the number one thing? What is the number one thing? Dreams. Oh my gosh. Well, we've got messages and dreams here, and then we've got dreams here as well. So we've got dreams, baby. And your dreams are highly important right now. Highly, highly, highly. And if you're having dreams that you're taking control and you're being like more dominatrix in your dreams, or that you're actually the one calling the shots, I kind of feel like it's because you guys are kind of like taking some of this Sun Mars energy for yourself, and you're like, I'm the one now that is in control, which is cool. It's very cool. But your dreams are definitely really important for you right now, and not just like, when you close your eyes tonight and dream, but also your dreams as in, where do you see yourself, or what is your highest ideal when it comes to relationship, or what's a dream of yours when it comes to like emotional connection with someone else, and perhaps some of you are having some very prophetic premonition type of dreams, and perhaps your dreams are telling you like, hey, that person is coming, and they shall be here soon, or keep reaching for what you want, because this isn't it quite yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, because I think it will. And some of the most like people that are kind of like guarded, good on their own, not really needing anyone else, like some people, it's so funny, pile number 2, because some of those people are the ones that fall the deepest in love and end up, you know, with their love for a really long time. I would have been one of those people as well, pile number 2. When I was younger, I was very, you know, unreachable in a lot of ways, and I was very prideful. I'm like, I'm good on my own, I don't need da-da-da, but I would always go for the hustler, bad boy, girl, whoever type of energy. But I kind of just think, you know, there is this softer side to you, and I just think the right person can bring that out, you know? So pile number 2, and there's just a big old softy under there, I'm sure, pile number 2, but thank you so much for coming to your reading, and I send you many blessings along your path. And if you do have any comments or feedback, I would love to hear those. So take care, pile number 2, and let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the iguana, or the letter I. We are going to go ahead and get into your reading. It's called Are They the One? Love Reading Request. Okay, requested reading, and let's dive into the energy. Is this person that pile number 3 is thinking about? Is this person the one for pile number 3? No pressure, right? Pile number 3. That's what's hard when we say, like, is someone the one? Because it's like, oh, that's a lot, you know, to kind of, it's a lot of, a lot of pressure to put on one person. But let's see. You know what I'm saying, pile number 3. Let's get into it and see. Are they the one? Is this person the one? But the right person will love that. You know, they'll like it. It's just, you know, we sometimes as humans, we're always trying to fit circle into a square box or something like that. But let's go ahead and see. Is this person the one? Or is this just another case of Beauty and the Beast? Let's go ahead and see. Is this person the one? Is this person the one? Okay, I just got the name Charlie, but then I also was like, heard Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So maybe some of you, like, that was your favorite movie growing up, or I don't know. Pile number 3, you tell me. 9 of Cups. I love it. I am ready to receive. Bring me the good stuff. Well, pile number 3, somebody is certainly able and capable of putting a smile on your face. I will tell you that. And I do think you are capable of putting a big smile on someone else's face as well. And I do feel like Spirit's like you're due for some, look at that dove dropping the red heart into those cups behind her. Ooh, beautiful energy. Pile number 3, you are shining, okay? So somebody's picking up on your energy, I feel, because you are shining, my loves. Let's go ahead and, like, you guys love in a very beautiful way. Just so you know that, pile number 3, and feel proud of yourself for the person you are. We have, warrior woman, what did I even say? Have you answered your deepest calling? Ooh, pile number 3. I feel like you guys are, though, with the 9 of Cups. You are, like, it's taking you guys time to get to where you are, but it's like finally some of that energy is, you know, the 9 of Cups is where we feel lighter and freer, and we feel truly and genuinely blessed for the things in our lives. And you guys have also, like, fought to get to where you are too. Not in I need to push other people down to, like, make myself feel better, but just in a, you know, very strong and powerful manner. Okay, maybe even a little bit reserved at times with, you know, with things, but honestly, I feel like it's your discipline, your passion, like, you know, that just shines through, pile number 3. And I also think there is somebody who like really admires you with this warrior woman here, okay? We have bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Oh yeah, pile number 3. Apple, temptation will test you. Okay, well, is it a good test or what kind of test is it, right? Pile number 3. We have here the 7 of Swords, and then we have the King of Swords. Okay, temptation will test you. Swords, sword time, okay? There's you with your sword. And then there's this 7 of Swords and this King of Swords, okay? And, but you're not going back to the past, pile number 3. I just, you know, maybe it's tempting at times to kind of slip into old, you know, habits or routines, but I just feel like it's not going to happen anymore. We have Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. Very nice. We have cycles and completion and change. Yes, that's what I said. You're not going back to the past. And look at the butterfly over her mouth. Cycles, completion, change, successfully overcoming a problem. All right, we have here shattered, chaos, and damaged. Temptation will test you, okay? And interesting, okay. We have here Mars, Uranus, okay? Surprising twists in situations that you were not expecting, okay? I just don't want you guys to, I don't want you guys to worry about someone from your past anymore. Okay, pile number 3, I just really need to reiterate that. And, yeah, like somebody who was very unfair to you, somebody who used the silent treatment against you, somebody who had very poor communication with you, somebody who maybe ignored you at times. I just heard when I walked away for good, okay? And I just feel like, you know, it's like you can never go back to like that fractured way of being, pile number 3. And I know that you know that because we, you know, you've just overcome so much. And I don't feel like you guys are, the crazy thing is I don't feel like you're tempted to go back to anything at all from your past, but maybe some people appear surprised out of nowhere and you're like, what? And the fact that this person thinks that I would even have anything to do with them is just crazy, okay? And just coming from some very fractured relationships in your past, pile number 3. But why do we even want to talk about that? You know, like what is this energy? We will find out. We have cow spirit. The miracles are endless. I love it. And we have chased. Wow. What are you running away from? What is making you feel overwhelmed? What are you afraid of or unwilling to face? Okay. And the thing is I feel that you have already overcome this feeling, though, pile number 3, okay? And some of you might have had abusive relationships in the past. I just have to say it because that's what I'm getting. But I feel like you've overcome this cycle. You're moving on to a new phase in your life. And I do feel like some of you are going to really fall in love, not with this old shit, okay, but with something new and beautiful is what I feel, okay? And maybe some of you are a little bit afraid of that because of the way that things happened in the past, okay? And perhaps you did have somebody who like chased you or just like wouldn't leave you alone or wouldn't give it up, you know? And perhaps it's been very overwhelming because this person just pops back into your life and demands, you know, stuff from you, or maybe they always used to do that in the past. And what are you afraid of, and what are you unwilling to face? Okay. And here's the thing, like, you guys already know that this horrible person is not the one, you know? And I think that this person was, you know, I think that they were very rude. I think that they would say things that were very demeaning to you. I think that they were very selfish, and I think that they were very unpredictable, and you know, and this person could surprise you sometimes, popping back into your life at times and showing up and trying to, you know, chase you some more, or trying to be around you some more. I don't know why this person's even coming through in this reading, because I don't even care. I hate them. Pile number 3. Honestly, like, I don't know how you feel, but I am just like, no. And I don't know why they even had to come into this reading, because it's not fair. You know, like, you guys are already done with so much that you've had to go through, and you know, you're in a place where love can actually find you now. Like, love can actually show up and manifest in your life now, and you finally like overcame so many dark cycles with this particular energy. Okay. And yeah, so I don't know why it's coming in here so much. Obviously, you guys already know that this person isn't the one. I think you figured that out a long time ago. And we have the Knight of Swords here, and we have the 7 of Wands, okay? And we have the King of Wands. Oh boy. And we have the 7 of Swords. Oh my, oh my. Okay, well, there are 2 people in this reading, pile number 3, and that doesn't surprise me, because there's this person from the past, and there's the current person that you're asking about, is what I feel, okay? And this person from the past, pile number 3, is... Hold on, guys. Hold on one second. Will you excuse me for one quick moment? I am so sorry, pile number 3. My significant other just came home, and I didn't want him to have to hear me, you know, very loudly, because I always feel like readings are so sacred and that they should be kind of private, and you know, he's fine with that anyway, so I just had to close the door to my office. But anyway, pile number 3. So I just I feel like somebody's control of your life is over, okay? And you know, here's the thing, for those of you that were dealing, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this person from your past, okay? There's a lot of arguing between you and this person. This person was very prideful. They were very, like, they always thought that they were right all the time. They always questioned your choices. They were horrible to you. They made you feel like abandoned and alone. Like, yeah, not good, okay? And some of you could have had a father that was very much like that too. Somebody that was very like abandoning, or somebody that was very prideful, abusive, you know, all this stuff. I don't really even need to go into it, because I know that it absolutely broke your heart, pile number 3. And I know, like, and I feel like you guys are such sensitive feelers, to see somebody like sabotage a relationship like that, or to see somebody so unwilling to like, you know, so unwilling to change or become a better person. Like, I do feel like you guys were really, really hurt by that. Okay, I get it, pile number 3. I really, really do. And somebody who is very like selfishly motivated and really puts you in a bad position is what I'm getting. And you two couldn't have been any different. Like, you're very intuitive, I feel, pile number 3, very sensitive. And yeah, but anyway, and I do feel like this person, you know, fucked with your mind. I don't want to keep talking about it. So I'm honestly going to put it over here. Okay. I'm just taking it away. But this is the one that I feel you guys are asking about. Okay. And we have this Knight of Swords and this 7 of Wands. Okay. And I do feel like this person has a really good sense of humor. I do feel like they're really funny to talk to. I do feel like this person, you know, they bring a lot of passion to what they do. Like, they're one of those people that defends the people that they love. I feel like this person has like a warrior spirit as well. 7 of Wands, very much like a warrior energy. And I do feel like this is a person who could like protest things or stand up for other people, or perhaps this person works in some type of a legal capacity is also what I'm getting here. Or their job involves like, you know, like debating or, like standing up for things that they believe in. And I do feel like this person, like, they're very independent, and I feel like they were raised to stand up for themselves and for like what they believe in. And I kind of feel like you guys find a commonality in this person, like the strength that they kind of show and what they've been through in their life, and kind of how they speak to you and how they represent themselves. I feel you guys could be wondering, like, are they the one? Because of, like, maybe you see some similar qualities in yourself that you see in this person too. And, you know, out of all the piles, pile number 3, you're the one where I'm kind of leaning towards, you know, I mean, at the same time, I do think that this person could have a bit of a quick temper. I do think, you know, maybe sometimes when they're mad, they say things they shouldn't, or they can be kind of, you know, impulsive or maybe rash in their decision making at times. You know, I do feel if you're dealing with people who are a little bit older, pile number 3, I think that's good, because it means they've learned to channel this energy a little bit more. I do feel like this person's very friendly and engaging, and you know, and they like connecting and getting to know different people. But I like this 7 of Wands, particularly in this deck, because he has his hand over his heart and he's looking up at the lion, who's like radiating, you know, strength and power. And, you know, the 7 of Wands is a Mars and Leo card, and it is a very like strong warrior type of an energy. Like, I believe in myself, and I believe in my ability to accomplish what I need, and I feel connected to, you know, a higher reason for why I'm doing what I'm doing. I believe in nobility, integrity. You know, the Knight of Swords is very clever and funny and engaging and witty and all of that. But maybe a little bit quick-tongued at times. You know what I'm saying, Val number 3? Like, maybe a little bit just saying whatever's on their mind, and not really like, and maybe can get kind of distracted sometimes, or is very busy or disorganized at times. But I kind of feel like at their heart, or their intention is good. And I do feel like you guys are kind of the only pile where I am leaning towards more of a yes. And I'm cautious, pile number 3. Like, I feel cautious because the Knight of Swords can be sometimes a little bit, you know, I just, you know, do you feel like this person has good control over what they say and do? And do you feel, with the Seven of Wands, yes, that could be a person who has learned to control their Martian energy and use it for the better, be a leader and use it for the betterment of others if they're using that Mars and Leo's energy appropriately, okay? And if it's somebody older, I like that because I feel like this is energy that is better suited, like it can be handled by somebody who's older, okay? So when I say older, this person could be a little bit older than you, or they could just be older in general, you know? And if you're like, well, what do you mean by older? I mean, I'm talking like 35 plus, you know, or something like at least somebody who's been through their Saturn return, you know what I'm saying, pile number 3, but you know, your Saturn return at like 29, right? So somebody who's like not pompous, but also not mean with the things that they say, okay? That's just what I want to make sure of at the end of the day. And, but I actually do think that this person does represent a change in a cycle for you. Now, are you going to be with them forever? I am reluctant to say that, but I do think that there could be some true positivity that comes from this situation. And I love that the miracles are endless with the cow spirit. And I love the Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Have you answered your deepest calling? And this person may also have a very driven and serious calling that they have, that they feel very like inspired to, you know, like protect or serve or do different things like that. And, you know, if it's done in the right spirit, then it's good. Then they're almost like you in a way. I feel like pile number 3, okay? And, you know, Ace of Pentacles is a little more cautious. It's not like, let's just throw caution to the wind here. Let's, you know, be serious about what we're doing and saying. And I feel you guys are cautious, but I do feel like, you know, you guys are like, is this cycle over of this shittiness that I've been through? And I feel like the answer to that is yes, okay? And you have successfully overcame a problem from your past. And as a result, I feel like you guys are meeting people that are more like in line with kind of how you are, okay? I'm biased, pile number 3. I still think you guys are the best, but you know what I'm saying, over this person. But you know what I mean? I'm biased. But I just do, and also because the 9 of Cups is here, I'm very encouraged by that too. Like, I think that is a very positive omen. So, you know, I feel like I'm feeling some positive omens here. Pile number 3, okay? I don't know. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God, they're the one. They're this, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you'll get that too much for me, but I am liking what I see here in this better than I did in some of the other piles, okay? So I just want to, you know, I just want to tell you guys that. And I do feel like for all the work that you've been doing and all the things that you've been working on, I do feel like, you know, good times ahead with the 9 of Cups, okay? And let me go ahead, and I feel like you guys have been like preparing for something really vibrant or beautiful to come into your life. And, you know, Spirit recognizes your preparation as well. Pile number 3. So, you know, rest in that knowledge, okay? And let's go ahead and see here. Let's get one last card for pile number 3 and ask, what is the number one thing that pile number 3 should be focused on right now? What is the number one thing that pile number 3 should be focused on right now? Life purpose. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And yes, freedom on the bottom of the deck. Freedom from those old cycles and patterns. But you know, this warrior woman here, have you answered your deepest calling? Life purpose. Okay. So there is something, you know, really really like special I feel about your life purpose, pile number 3, okay? And as you keep working on and developing your life purpose, I feel the like cooler, better, awesome people you're gonna meet. Like some people, I feel like they're like finding love in life is also kind of tied to their life purpose, and that doesn't just mean like your career or whatever. It's what you stand for in life, you know, what you represent and what you stand for in life, you know, and how individually you make a difference, pile number 3, okay? So that is what I'm getting for you, my dears. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, and I'd love to hear any of your comments, thoughts, or feedback. Take care.